Alright, welcome to my channel. So today what we're doing is we're going to do a Walmart test challenge. We got Walmart's version of Wagyu beef. I know it's not really Wagyu, but it's what Walmart calls. Then we have Walmart's prime beef. Again, probably not real prime, but we're going to test the difference. And then we have Walmart's version of just their plain everyday ribeye steaks. So we're going to cook each of them and see how they come out. One thing that we're going to do is we're going to make sure that each meat is cooked the same, on the same grill, the same way, and we're going to be using the same seasoning. Pepper, salt, and garlic on all three, evenly colored. Alright, so first we're going to start with our prime. Go ahead, we're going to open it. And the way I like to do it is place it down. And then just season it evenly. Let me get one side, pat it in. I'm going to flip it and do the same to the other side. Now for my sides, because I have a lot of leftovers, I'm just going to make sure that I get my sides with all my leftover meat. I'm going to move over to my Walmart El Cheapo steaks. I'm just going to do one because one of the other ones, my daughter likes to have her steaks burnt. So that one's going to be done separately. Same thing, just going to season it evenly. One side, pat it down, turn it over, and get the other side. Then make sure I get all my sides. And last but not least, my Wagyu, my Walmart fake Wagyu. And same thing. I'm going to make sure I season it. All my sides. And I am done with seasoning my meat. What I want to do now is go place my steaks in the refrigerator and let them set for 2 hours. I'll see you back in 2 hours. Alright, so it's been about 10 minutes, and as you can see, my gauge still reading right around 200 maybe. But I guess that's what happens when you buy stuff off Amazon sometimes. But anyways, so how I'm going to cook my steaks is I'm doing a reverse sear method. What that is I'm going to put them on indirect heat until they come up to about my desired temperature. And then I am going to add them to the direct hot coals to give them that nice sear at the end. I know some people like to sear first and bring them up, but by accident I did a reverse sear a few weeks back, and for me it just seemed like the steak was more tender, and so it seems to be pretty good now. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to leave them on here for about 30 minutes, and then we're going to check them and then see how they taste. So we'll see you in about 30 minutes. Oh, before I go though, but what I am going to do now is I'm going to close down my lid a bit so that way I can just get my temperature And I know right about here usually is about where my grill runs, about 275, 280-ish, maybe even 300 depending on the day. And so that's what I'm going to cook about. All right. All right, we're back. It's been about 30 minutes, maybe a little longer. I'm gonna go ahead and check my temperatures. I got 117. Whoa, 131. 123. And 142. The 142 I'm not too concerned about, because that is my daughter's. And again, like I said, she likes her steaks burnt. Oh, and if anybody's curious, I'm just using Thermopro instant read thermometer. Works pretty good, seems to be pretty accurate. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to move my steaks over to direct heat. And this is going to give them my sear that I'm looking for. What I'm going to do is wait a few minutes. Well, probably not a few minutes. Every so many seconds. And then I'm just going to rotate and rotate. Now, one thing with this is because this coal hasn't had any real grease drippings on it, we got to pay attention, because the grease is going to start dripping off these ribeyes, and it's going to start going down into her flames and starting to cause flare-ups. But that's a good thing. So don't stress over it. I don't know how well you can see that in the camera, but it's already starting to get a little toasty. Not so much on this side. This seems to be probably my cooler side. So on my next flip, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate my steaks around, so that way all the steaks are going to get more of the direct heat. And like I was talking about with those flame ups earlier, you can start to see it now. Don't stress over it. Like I said, it's not a bad thing. So again, I'm going to move my steaks around, so that way we can get some more of that heat on here. Now I'm going to put this one in away for right now, just because I want to get a little more direct heat. And like I said, I want to basically burn that one. This is for my daughter. I know, probably should kick her out of the house for liking burnt steak, but I'm sure there's a few of you out there. Secretly you like them too. Alright, so I'm going to finish these up. And while I finish these up, after I finish these up, what I'm going to do is, I don't know if you can see it, but I have a pan over here with some aluminum foil. And what I'm going to do is, when these steaks are done and seared the way I want them, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wrap them in aluminum foil, and I'm going to let them set for about 15 minutes. And that way it just gives them time to rest. Any liquids that may come out, we can go ahead and they can get those back there. But alright, we'll be back in a little bit. Alright, welcome back. They've rested. So, what we're going to do now is, I guess, a taste test. See which is which. So, what we have, because it's not no blind taste test like some people like to do, is this was the Walmart's version of Wagyu. This is the plain Walmart ribeye, and then this is the Walmart prime. So let's go ahead and cut into them, see how they turned out. Ah, overdone. Overdone. And overdone. Well, that didn't turn out like I planned, but let's go ahead and give them a taste. Start with the Wagyu. Move over to Walmart. And finish up with the Walmart prime. And probably because I dried all three of them out, there is no difference in taste. Literally, if you'd have given this to me blind, I would not be able to tell the difference. But they're not bad. They still taste good because they are still ribeyes. Ribeye is one of those steaks that you can screw up and it still tastes halfway decent. But thank you for watching. And please hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so, and leave comments to let me know what I can do better. Thank you.